video, I have a couple of dresses to share with you. I have been on SHEIN searching for a couple of dresses that will work with my personal aesthetic, but also will work from day to night. Most importantly though, they have to work for my apple-shaped body. I have picked up 5 or 6 dresses, whichever many that's hanging over there, including the one that I'm starting out with today. And I am in absolute love with this dress. This dress is perfect for us apple shape. It has the vintage touch to it, which I'm obsessed with. And because I've become so good at looking at the pieces on SHEIN, I know how to find the good quality ones. The quality of this dress is unbelievable. The pattern, and I don't normally wear flowers, but I think this is stunning. Now, the one thing I'm a little bit unsure of on this dress is actually the sleeve. It is kind of like 2 pieces, so it's sitting like a little tulip sleeve, which gives me quite a lot of volume. But I'm thinking, because I don't need all that volume as I already have a large chest, maybe I could put a little snap or safety pin in here and pin the sleeve down so I can take some of the volume out of it. I can't really see it without giving it a try, but I think that that may just solve the problem. It goes into the most beautiful A-line skirt, which is what I love about it. And the belt doesn't actually come with it. That is my own belt, so I better take that off. It is sewn in panels down the front. So we have a panel running down the front here, which is what gives it the great fit over the chest. And then we have the panel here in the front, and then it kicks out from there. This is the panel that gives me the waist. Look at this. And then into this very voluminous skirt. There is no tummy in sight in this dress, and it flows beautifully over my backside. It has the zip in the back. I just think it's stunning. But it needs the belt. I think the belt is kind of what makes it. And I've just taken one of my own belts. Now this one has a gold buckle, and I'm not quite keen on the gold buckle on it. So what I did, actually it does from afar just give it a good focal point, doesn't it? But I actually like it better when I just turn the belt around so it's just black, meaning I need to look for a belt that has a black buckle as well, so it just kind of disappears. But I think it just gives that a little bit more of a definition of a waist. If I can pin these sleeves down a little bit so they don't take up as much space, this dress is staying in my wardrobe. It is adorable. Quality is amazing, and I'm loving it. And best of all, there's no tummy in sight. So first dress is absolutely amazing. I'm in love with it. This dress wouldn't be high on my practicality list, but by God, I'm in love. It is stunning. It is from the MOTF collection, so the price point is a little bit higher and the quality is fantastic. We have the beautiful pleats down in the bottom that just sways so gorgeous when you walk. It is a full button down dress, meaning you could open it. I haven't tried, but I wonder how would it work if you left it open over a pair of trousers. It comes with the little belt. The buttons are these beautiful pearl buttons. And then you have the gorgeous, I don't even know, would you call it lace, I suppose, overlay on the dress. The dress is fully lined. It is absolutely stunning, and it just fits my curves perfectly. It skims beautiful. But I have 4 dogs and I live in the countryside, so a dress like this is not really one I could take from day to night. Which is the kind of dresses that I'm looking for. And I don't have any occasions coming up that requires a dress like this. But again, it has that vintage nod, and I'm in absolute love with it. But I don't need it, and I'm intent only on keeping pieces in my wardrobe that I actually am going to wear, pieces that I need. So an occasion dress that I don't need is not staying, sadly. But I do love it. Me and this dress has been acquainted before, so you may remember it. I showed it once before in a video where I was testing out little black dresses for us apple shapes. And I love the dress, but I was in doubt. So I returned it, because if in doubt, I always return something. I can always reorder it if I can't get it out of my mind. So when I decided to do a video today just about dresses, I had to reorder this and see how I feel about it. It is once again the most stunning dress. I love the neckline on it. It has the perfect fit. It fits just in under my bust, and then it kicks out over my tummy. Now this is where I was in doubt, because it does flare out quite a lot, and I kind of thought, does it actually make me look pregnant, or am I just imagining it? Because this is my insecurity point. Now what I did do, once again, I styled it with a belt. I do think the belt on a dress often is kind of what makes or breaks it, and I just think getting a little focal point with the gold buckle there is just stunning. It has a great length, and it's the kind of dress that I could easily see myself wearing a pair of flat sandals with in the summertime and a little cardigan over my shoulders. So I can take it from day to night. But you see the tummy? I am kind of thinking, is this going to bother me if I keep the dress? And I'm kind of thinking, when would I ever wear this dress? Will I bring it with me when I go home for the summer to Denmark, where the weather can be really, really nice? Will I bring a black dress with me? Am I going to wear it on a date night with my husband? Because obviously the length, it's nearly a full length dress, so it's kind of like an evening dress. I don't know. I don't know. See, I'm still in doubt about the dress. So really, my logic says I should return it. And yet I keep being pulled back to the pictures with this dress. I really, really love it. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it. Maybe I won't. I will seek a second opinion, but I do absolutely love it. And I'll be honest with you, even the tummy situation, I don't think it bothers me enough to return it. So I might just have to keep it. This dress, once again, is one of those dresses I can easily take from day to night. Now imagine this with some flats on, a little cardigan slung over my shoulders, maybe a crossbody bag, straight into a pair of heels and a bit of chunky jewellery. This is, once again, a very, very versatile dress. Again, it is vintage inspired, especially with the, well, not only the cut, but also with the navy and the polka dots. And I just think it's very, very sweet. This dress is sewn, I assume it's polyester, I haven't checked, but it's actually nice and stretchy, which I really, really love. It is sewn, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a panel or a dart kind of sewn in here over the chest, and then it goes into the little dart that's sewn in here. And those tiny little details is what's giving the dress the structure. It gives me a great illusion of a waist, and I'm very rectangular, but those pleats really give the illusion of hips and then into a voluminous A-line skirt. The only minus I have on this dress is actually the length of the sleeve. If you can see just where the sleeves are hitting me, it actually hides any illusion of a waist. So when I don't have a belt on, it just kind of hides my waist, which is a pity. A shorter sleeve, I don't know if it'll show up, but let me try and pull the sleeve up here. A shorter sleeve will still allow me to have the definition of the waist. Can you see the difference? Now, this is obviously where a belt can come in as well. I decided to go for a black belt because I actually love black and navy together. I think it can be so sophisticated and they lend themselves very well to each other. But can you see how by adding the belt buckle, all of a sudden your eye is drawn in and the illusion of a waist could still stay? Okay, I think we're having hailstone now. Sorry that you're going to have a bit of a noise in the background there. But the belt is all of a sudden pulling back in the waist and giving that illusion of a waist. So I think this dress needs to be worn with a belt, especially on me. It skims lovely over the tummy. However, without a belt, there is still that little bit of a definition of a tummy. It's just something to be aware of because I know most of you watching are apple shaped like me. So it is a fantastic dress. As I say, one I could easily take from day to night, and that's exactly what I'm looking for in a dress. The fabric of this dress is beyond stunning. I'm in absolute love with it. I actually own a dress very similar to this, only it has a short sleeve on it in black, but the same material, the same gold design to it. And I'm in love with it, hence why I had to try this. The fabric of this dress, it's good and sturdy and it just falls so beautiful. Look at the shimmer. I wanted to try this dress not only because it was the red, but because of the material and also because the design obviously was a little bit different. But now that I have the dress on, I'm realizing a dress with spaghetti strap like this will never work for me because I'm always blooming cold. And even standing here in my own bedroom wearing this dress, as beautiful as it is, I am cold. I would have to put something over my shoulders. So that's not going to work for me. And especially when I have the black one, which can be gotten in the red one as well. So the dress has an elastic band here at the edges, which I really like because it means it sits really, really nice to the body. But it's just such a stunning dress. You have the zip in the back. And again, it has that vintage inspired A-line. I'm in love with it. But as I said, I won't wear the spaghetti straps because I'm always cold. So I'd actually rather order the one that I have in black in the same red and just have two of the same dresses because it has the short sleeve. So I love this, but I will be ordering the other one instead. My last dress, once again, I'm in real doubt. I keep wanting these day to night dresses, but then when I find something that's really nice, I'm kind of like, but it's a little bit plain and boring. And that's how I feel about this one. I once again added my own belt just to create a little bit of waist definition again. And I'm also wearing a slip dress underneath because this material is actually very similar to the navy one with the polka dot. It's very, very stretchy, but it's kind of like sticking to my shapewear. So the slip underneath the dress just makes it sit a lot nicer on the body, and it just kind of flows a lot nicer as well, which I love. I just kind of find that it's a little bit boring up in the neckline. I don't know, what do you think? It has everything I want it to be. I could easily wear this one with sandals and just a little cardigan on top, or even a blazer or something like that. But equally, I think it looks gorgeous with the heels and a little bit of bling. So why am I not happy? Once again, it has the A-line skirt. We have the two little pocket details there. They're just little flaps sitting there with the little buttons on. And normally I would shy away, and I would tell people to shy away from anything that gives you fuss over the tummy. But I kind of like them there. I don't mind that the pockets are there. Again, I would probably find a belt that didn't have a visible belt buckle, just so it gave me the definition without drawing too much attention. So I don't know. It's a very, very cute little dress. Very versatile. But at the same time, I'm just not 100% sure. I actually think, to be honest with you, it is probably because I'm freezing cold. Even though I'm here in my bedroom, it's a very cold day today. And I think when I'm cold, I really shy away from wearing dresses. And because I'm mostly always cold, I tend to wear my sturdy fabrics and, you know, heavier jumper and stuff. So seeing myself in a dress, wearing a dress on an everyday basis, as much as I want to, it just doesn't work for my actual lifestyle because I'm always cold. So, and I think that's what I'm up against most of the time, to be honest with you. So as much as I love a dress, am I going to pull it out of the wardrobe if I'm cold? That's the one. But that's all the dresses I have for you for today. To be honest with you, they are fantastic, the dresses. Every single one of them would work really, really well on most apple shapes, but also a lot of pear shapes would look fantastic in these dresses. So there's definitely scope for everyone there. But per usual, I'll link everything for you in the description box. And if you made it this far and sat through the ads, thank you so much. Would you do me a favor and leave me a blue heart in the comments? The hearts are simply just to tell me and the algorithm that you enjoyed my content enough to stay to the end. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.